Hello YouTube. Today we're starting out by the banks of the Humber, down by the village of Paull to the east of Hull. That's where we're going to be starting our trip. Walking into Paull, got flood defences here on the left, protecting the village from high tides, surge storms, that sort of thing. And coming up on the right, there's a lighthouse, built in 1826. At that time, there's a thriving shipbuilding industry in this village. And as the path takes us out of Paull, we head towards the more modern industry of Southend. Hello YouTube, out and about in the East Riding, out on the eastern side of Hull today, over the flats of Holderness. Come through the village of Paull, just swing you round. Going to see it over there in the distance. We've been walking along the footpath on the top of the flood defences. You see on the other side of the water the industry chemical works of Southend, but not that interested in that, because we're going to be following this channel up towards Hedon. And we're going to see if we can find and explore what used to be the 11th busiest port in the country. Come with me. Going to explore agriculture, history and the industrial archaeology of the area. Today's walk is going to have us following this channel up to Hedon. Once we've gone through Hedon, we'll pick up what remains of the old railway line, what's now a cycle track, and follow that down to the next station. From there, we'll walk through the village of Thorngumbald, back down to the banks of the Humber, and along the nature reserve back to the car. Total journey today is going to be about 10 miles. So come along for the journey. Let's see what we can see. Although not pleasing in the conventional manner, the chemical works is certainly dramatic. Glinting in the sun, blue sky behind. But let's find something that is a bit more pleasing to the eye. It's got to the tidal barrier. Channel's tidal up to this point. So here the path comes to the road to Paull and crosses over this channel. We'll continue. So this bridge was built about 40 years ago, replacing an old swing bridge, opening to allow shipping barges through. But now, even if you could get beyond the tidal barrier, you certainly couldn't get any further than this. When I came over the bridge, the finger post points me onto this side of Hedon Haven, but checking the map, it actually follows the other side in a slightly longer route. But looking in front of us, there's a fairly well defined path, and we see the channel of Hedon Haven straight as a die. Not so much the navigation now, more drainage off the farmland. So now we're coming to the point where the Hedon bypass crosses Hedon Haven, We'll be climbing up onto the bridge, crossing the road and down on the other side. In fact, we don't need to go up onto the top of the bridge at all. Footpaths go underneath. And if we look across, footpath on the other side. And back up on the steps. And over this pipe. So coming into Hedon, about 3 miles into the walk so far. Of course, being a circular walk, could pick it up anywhere. I started at Paull, and if you want to do the same walk from Paull, don't have a car, the bus service goes out to Paull. Also bus services coming to Hedon as well on the Withernsea route. You can drop off there and follow the same walk. And here we are, the Haven Arms. Of course, today docks and dock operations take place in Hull, right on the riverfront on Humber. Back in the olden days, centuries ago, Hedon Haven provided a quiet, and as the name says, haven, that shipping would be out of the storms and out of the bad weather. As we follow the water up beyond the old haven, through the new housing, heading towards the railway. And you think that of the 3 places we're passing through today, Paull, Hedon and Thorngumbald, Hedon's the newest of them all. Coming about in the Middle Ages to service the needs of the shipping, and expanded in the Industrial Revolution when the railway came to town. A real variety of environments today. Walk past the chemical works, now walking through the town between the houses along Hedon Haven. So, as we leave Hedon behind us, we're continuing up Hedon Haven, and in the distance we see a bridge, and that's the bridge we're going to cross and continue our journey. And here we are, 4 miles into my walk. Scenery's changed again. We've moved away from Hedon Drain that we've been following for about the last 3 miles, and walking along the old railway track bed that ran from Hull all the way to Withernsea on the coast, taking in villages like Hedon, Ryhill and Burstwick, which we'll come to in a few minutes, and going on to Patrington, and eventually ending up at the coast. I would tell you some interesting facts about this railway, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head. So what I'll do, I'm going to do a bit of filming, show you the scenery, and future Dave will check out the internet and do a very fancy voiceover. From 1854 to 1964, the Hull to Withernsea Railway was a lifeline for local communities. Stretching for over 18 miles, it connected Withernsea small fishing town to the port city of Hull. It took holidaymakers to the seaside and supported the local economy. It was built by the Hull and Holderness Railway Company, and for over a century trains chugged along this line, passing through places like Hedon, Patrington and Keyingham. The line was a victim of the beaching cuts, and by October 1964 the line was closed. Some of the route has been reclaimed by nature, the rest transformed into quiet paths. As we follow parts of the old trackbed, take a moment to imagine the sounds of steam engines and the hustle of passengers from a bygone era. The railway might be gone, but its legacy remains in the landscapes and the stories it left behind. Here we are at the old station that was called Rye Hill and Burstwick. It's now somebody's house, private residence. But both platforms are still in place. Looks like it was double lined here. I'll see if Future Dave can sort out a picture of the old station. But right now we're about halfway through the walk. We're turning down towards Thorngumbald and back towards the car. So just skirted along the side of Thorngumbald and heading back towards the banks of the Humber and the nature reserve. But what do we know about Thorngumbald? Done some research, because I don't just make this stuff up. Thorngumbald, mentioned in the Domesday Book, so it's as old as any place can be, gets its name because of a massive thorn bush. And it's called Thorngumbald because it was an area of land owned by Lord Gumbald. So walking across the flatlands, we see signs for wonderful places like Stony Creek and Cherry Cobb Sands. So we're heading back. We're about a mile from the car now. Let's come off the main road and we're walking across Paull Home Strays, which is managed by the Yorkshire Wildlife Trust. So we are looking out over the mud flats and the wetlands. You see a couple of lighthouses in the far distance. We'll soon get round to them. So in the meantime, let's walk around the side to see what we can see. And we're on the banks of the Humber now, looking at the minion lighthouses. Look out over the estuary. Round the Humber Bridge in the far distance, with the sun shining on Hull. So we'll sign off here. Hope you've enjoyed this walk. It's only about a quarter of a mile back to the car now. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see some more, hit subscribe and hit the bell. And if there's anything you want to see, anything you especially enjoyed, drop us a comment. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a great week, and we'll catch you soon. Right, come on you. Oh, actually, hold it.